and the Egyptian god cards and all of that?
I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, actually, and I played with a few of my like neighborhood kids, and I was that person who had a combo deck, and I was like decently accomplished at close-up magic, so I would palm all of my combo pieces into my hand on the top of my deck every single game. Also, we're recording.
Hi, everybody. We are recording. That is a true fact.
Zach's here.
This sentence is in the video.
Yeah. Zach's here, and also Meera's here.
Hello.
If you are not subscribed to Meera Reads, you should just go ahead and unsubscribe from us.
Aw.
Excellent. We're going to lose 950 subscribers.
Oh, that's it. There it goes. There they go. Bye, guys.
Well, hey, with 50, you can still go live, so.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Realistically, that just means that everybody who subscribed to us should go subscribe to Meera.
Yes.
Yeah, we like that better.
This is absolutely.
Yes,
this
that's
is absolutely
better
the case. Zach, I understand. Unless we want to sit here talking about Yu-Gi-Oh at length for some time, which I really do not have a problem with, I understand that you have a theory for us today.
I do, and it comes from longtime fan and Interesting Nerd Club membership member, NDSketcher, who I think has been busy as of late, I think with like some sort of research project, if I remember correctly. But a while ago, NDSketcher sent me this theory that's like kind of theory, kind of why, a little bit of a mix. And I threw in some of my own ideas in there, and we're gonna go and see like what some other minds see when they see this theory, because there's a lot you can glean from what's in here, but I don't know if there's like a concrete like I have trouble naming this theory, I guess is the way I put it. I have trouble like tying a bow on it. So maybe the two of you will help with that.
Uh-oh.
Challenge accepted.
Zach, uh-oh. I
What's
forgot.
up,
I forgot what font we usually use. Uh-oh.
do you not know what font we usually use?
No, I don't. I forgot. It's been a long week. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna lie and tell you a font that I know isn't the font we use.
Oh my god. Will someone in the comments
you can be mad
please?
at me for lying to you.
Oh my god. Oh no, it won't let me click off. No. What
We
a
use-
disaster.
We use Montserrat. Montserrat is what we use.
Oh no, where is it?
And you have to pick a good one or all the nerds will judge you.
But it is correct to me. Because
Montserrat... No, Montserrat isn't even in the standard windows!
Oh no. Montserrat has been the official workplace font of my current and previous job. Largely because I followed the same manager around.
Band Shrift. It was Band Shrift. I remembered. Okay, everybody relax. Everybody calm down.
I kind of remembered what it was, and I was hoping that you wouldn't.
Alright, here we go. Take 7.
Okay, take 500.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the quote.
Okay, I'm ready.
Sam rolled onto his side, eyes wide as the other shrank and puddled, dissolving away.
Eyes wide as the other puddled? Shrank and puddled?
Shrank and puddled, dissolving away. In 20 heartbeats, its flesh was gone, swirling away in a fine white mist. Beneath were bones like milk glass, pale and shiny, and they were melting too.
Yuck.
Awesome. That should say shrank, not shank. Sam rolled onto his side, eyes wide, as the other shrank and puddled, dissolving away. In 20 heartbeats, its flesh was gone, swirling away in a fine white mist. Beneath were bones like milk glass, pale and shiny, and they were melting too. Sick. Yeah. Yeah, this is why we read these books. Because that's kind of awesome. I don't want to dispute, Meera. It is also gross.
It was just the bones part. I was like, oh, milk glass. Mm.
Bones melting. Oh no. And this is our starting point, Zach?
Yeah.
This, unless I'm very much mistaken and you have access to some Winds of Winter pages that I don't, I believe this is Sam killing the other in the third book.
You are correct. This is. I do also have the Winds of Winter, but I have an NDA with George R. Martin, who is my boss in Central City, Philadelphia.
NDA,
Secretly.
I thought this was an NDSketcher.
Yes. No, it's a non-disclosure sketcher.
Thank you to everyone who submits theories. I'm sorry if we meme on you too hard.
we will meme on you a little bit, but we love all of you, and we're grateful whenever somebody sends a theory.
The rate, I'm sorry, I must counter, man. The rate will not change. Okay, wonderful. This is a great quote from a great chapter. Zach, shall we start poking at stuff here, Meera?
Yeah, start poking. Either of you, if you have any ideas where this is going, start making some guesses.
So this is right after Sam stabs the other with the obsidian, the dragon glass.
Yes.
These are facts. Sam
and
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it got very cold. Sam had been carrying a torch, but it got taken away from him. And the others come when it's cold, or they bring the cold.
Now, Sam gets that obsidian from John, who sort of finds it in a strange, sort of conspicuous situation by the Fist of the First Men.
And it might have been left by Benjen Stark.
Yes. It might have been left by perhaps the Children of the Forest.
Or Cold Hands.
Or Euron.
There's a lot of people who could have left it there. There's a lot of...
Could have been left by Oberyn.
Could have been left by Maester Aemon.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god. Could have been... Absolutely. It could have been left by Dario Naharis.
It was left there by Rhaegar.
It could have been left by the Waif.
It was left by Arya, who was disguised as Craster.
Yeah. Arya's chapters actually take place way in the past of most of the rest of the story. She's been wearing Craster's face for several books.
That's incorrect, Tom. You're just not brave enough to admit time traveling Arya.
I'm sorry, Zach. You can't just spoil future theories like that.
Time traveling Arya is a real hot take, but it's not impossible. I say, squinting at like some evidence that I made up.
I'm actually. We can talk about it. I'll put it in the theory pile. I'll let it cook in the crucible until it becomes like a time traveling Sam Tarly instead.
Sam Tarly, who may be a Maester's bastard.
Oh yes, this is a fresh take to me. Is this an original take for you?
It is. It's one that I'm gonna do another time.
Okay.
Or I could do now.
Turns to camera 2. If you want to hear more about how Sam Tarly is actually the bastard of, I'm gonna go with Maester Marwyn. How's that?
That's great.
You should go and subscribe to Meera Reads on YouTube.
Samwell Targaryen.
Samwell Brightflame.
There we go.
Oh no, I especially love that he's Maester Aemon's.
I do kind of love that, although I have some questions about the timeline.
On that one. Yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't work.
Not with that attitude.
I actually like the idea that it's the grumpy one at the desk, the acolyte.
Oh, the one that he meets?
Yeah. Like, what if that's secretly his dad?
Yeah. He treats him with exactly the same disdain that Randall Tarly always did. It fits. Anyway.
So this theory.
So you have a theory here, Zach.
I do. You have a theory here.
Let me read through this again here. Sam rolled onto his side, eyes wide as the other shrank and puddled, dissolving away. In 20 heartbeats, its flesh was gone, swirling away in a fine white mist. Beneath were bones like milk glass, pale and shiny, and they were melting too. In what other situations do we hear about milk glass? I know it appears in other places.
That might be a very good thread to pull on.
Okay. I'm going to A Search of Ice and Fire if anybody wants to riff.
I was going to say the river that they've been following since I pretty much only listen to the audiobooks. I don't know if he's saying meltwater or milk water, but if it's milk water, that might be relevant.
That's a good poll, Zach.
I think it's meltwater because that is I know a little bit about the way water works in terms of like rivers and lakes and all.
I also thought it was the milk water. Maybe I should also start actually reading the books.
Well, because it's cold and full of ice and maybe really fast, and so if it's white, it would look like milk. It would be milk water.
Yeah.
That's also entirely possible. I also only listen to the audiobooks, so I can't confirm.
Wait, do all three of us exclusively listen to the audiobooks?
Yes. Right, with the hard knives after Danny. You know how long it took me to figure out he was saying hired knives?
Let's just all agree that Patire and Brian are the correct pronunciations.
Of course.
Zach, I have found something very fun that I think I would like to solve the puzzle.
Go for it.
Dawn is described as pale as milk glass.
Ding!
Yeah!
Oh. And now it begins, said Sir Arthur Dane, Sword of the Morning. He had sheathed Dawn and held it with both hands. The blade was pale as milk glass.
Dane, the blade in both hands. The sword was pale as milk glass?
Yes, alive with light. After that.
Was pale as milk glass, alive with light.
And I'm going to do a ...
Okay. And then
a storm of rose petals blew across the blood-streaked sky, as blue as the eyes of death.
Were strewn?
A storm of rose petals blew across a blood-streaked sky.
Blew across a blood-streaked sky.
Blue as the eyes of death.
Blue as the eyes of death.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, that's a good quote.
It is a very good quote.
Please become very slightly smaller. Whoa. Man, do you guys know this guy's a good writer?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, this George R. R. Martin guy, he's got some like talent. He's got some real writing chops. Little known fact.
Now it begins, said Sir Arthur Dane, the blade in both hands. The sword was pale as milk glass, alive with light. A storm of rose petals blew across a blood-streaked sky, blue as the eyes of death. Through whose eyes do we see this?
Wouldn't this be the Tower of Joy dream?
Yeah.
This is Ned. So if you all will come with me on a not an excursion, because this is relevant to swords and bones.
Oh, please.
Yes, please.
So dragon bones are black because of their high iron content. And you are both familiar with my theory that Valyrian steel is made from the iron in dragon bones.
Ding, by the way.
No!
Oh, dope. Okay.
There are blades in Westeros made from the bones of dragons.
So Dawn is made from the bones of the others. Ew.
Yeah!
You guys got to the heart of this theory a lot quicker than I thought you would.
From all the way downtown.
Although you basically did follow what NDSketcher told me was like the thought process that led to this, which was seeing the bones described as milk glass, thinking that's weird, and then searching milk glass on Search of Ice and Fire and seeing that's very weird.
But and then it has the parallel, because I've also got a pet theory that I did a recording with RAG about. Hopefully that video will be out soon, about the dichotomy between fairy magic and dragon magic. And I believe that the others are unseelie fae. And so this would just further that idea,
Whoa.
right? That we, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
The
So-
thick plottins. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Okay. All right. So, hang on. This is a weird thing we're discussing, right?
Mhm.
First off, hang on, get your red pen out, Tom. Get your red pen out. Where is this thing? Here we go. Give me this. This thing, we're not talking about it right now, but the Storm of Rose Petals reminds me of the comment, and I'm sure that's a take that's been had before, but that's the first time I've noticed that. That's number one. Number two, the story that we have of the origin of the sword Dawn is that it is forged from a meteorite. Are you suggesting that this is some interesting hybrid of meteorite?
It could be. It could be, yeah.
And
But,
other bone?
well, like a sword made of dragon bone is not made purely of dragon bone.
Yeah.
The dragon bone is mixed in with the iron.
Yeah.
To create like a steel sort of thing. It could be the case that, yeah, the bones of others were used to combine with the meteorite that created Dawn. That's entirely possible. And that's why this theory is partially wise. I don't know. But it is kind of like weird. That's one of the few things described with milk glass. And like there's a couple other things described with milk glass that I'm sure pop up in the search as well.
Yeah.
That add to some interesting sort of like use of the terminology, because it is used very sparingly throughout.
Yeah, as near as I can tell, it is used exactly 4 times.
And I think all of them are dings.
Okay. Jorah describes the ghost grass outside a shy as being pale as milk glass.
Yes.
Let's go.
Down in the Shadowlands beyond Shy, there are oceans of ghost grass, taller than a man on horseback, with stalks as pale as milk glass. It murders all other grass and glows in the dark, with spirits of the damned.
Taller than a man on oceans of ghost grass. Taller than a man on horseback. What's the next line?
With stalks as pale as milk glass. It murders all other grass and glows in the dark with the spirits of the damned. And then after that, very ominously, it says, the Dothraki claim that someday ghost grass will cover the entire world, and then all life will end.
Ghost grass will cover the entire world. And then the world will end? And then all life will end?
And then all life will end, yes.
Okay. There's some fun stuff in here.
Yes.
Meera, you want to take first swing?
You
want me to? Because I got some fun stuff.
I have some imagery thoughts. That this is the apocalypse by grass, which looks suspiciously like ice, and we are primarily concerned with an apocalypse of ice, and so this could be like a Dothraki adaptation of like the same myth or the same prophecy, because we're obviously looking at a connection here between the others and the ghost grass. So that was as far as that thought went.
Extremely interesting. What you ready for me to do something weird?
Go for it.
Absolutely.
What happens if I do this?
Let me see.
What happens if I capitalize that O?
Oh, look at that. Interesting.
Does that become does that become very interesting or batshit crazy? Which of those does that become?
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
no, I love it. I love it. It's just like all the time silence is used in the Euron chapter where he's introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Huh.
Oh, well,
Okay.
but then it's backwards though.
It is backwards. We could take that as a thematic suggestion that the others are not bad and that people might be the bad things for forcing them back to wherever they are for however long they've been there, like we did with the Children of the Forest. I say we.
I think the others. I think the others are bad, and that if you sacrifice your children to them, they will leave you alone. I think hashtag Craster was right.
Excellent.
Hello.
No controversial takes in this episode.
Everyone,
I don't actually think that.
Can we please get it trending on Twitter? Hashtag Craster did nothing wrong.
No, Craster did plenty wrong. He was just right about the others.
Huh. Okay. All right. We'll come back. So there is an interesting interpretation of the story that we could begin to dive down, where the others, a lot of people wonder whether the others might be more sympathetic, but for the purposes of this theory, let's assume that they are the ghost grass and that they are the plague.
Well, no, I was thinking plague's not very much what is invoked for me by this description of a world ending.
To me, it's like a glacier.
Yeah, like a winter.
I'm more curious about the fact that it glows in the dark and will end all life.
Are the others aliens?
Zach,
is this an alien apocalypse?
Zach, I would like to say something that I think is going to get a ding, you motherfucker.
Go for it.
Godzilla is radioactive.
No.
Damn it!
You're barking up the absolutely correct tree.
Wait, how is that not a ding?
Godzilla, because Godzilla's not in this theory. Regrettably, if I could have worked Godzilla in, I would have.
Are you suggesting to me that the others are not an allegory for like a slow-moving environmental apocalypse, but rather an allegory for nuclear fallout?
I don't know for sure, but I think there might be a little bit of it in there. And
interesting.
If we start to peel back Milk Glass a little bit, it's very interesting, the connections. Do you know what Milk Glass is?
I don't.
I do not.
Well, let me
All right, we're gonna find out.
I'm going to tell you right now. Milk glass is a real thing. It dates back to Venice in the 16th century.
Wait, can I take a stab?
Go for it.
Is milk glass the same thing as sea glass?
No, I don't believe so. I'll double check, but
does it have lead in it? Is it poisonous?
Is it that crazy like pottery material that they used to make fucking radioactive bowls out of?
So apparently some sea glass is milk glass, but not all sea glass is milk glass.
Okay.
And
arsenic.
Let's see. Arsenic is used. Ding. Some opacifiers used in milk glass are tin dioxide, arsenic, and antimony. Antimony. I don't know. But the most commonly used is bone ash.
But the most common used is bone ash. Dude, you've hit on something. So wait, give me that. I'm so sorry, Meera. Zach, give me that quote one more time.
Some of the more common opacifiers are tin dioxide, arsenic, antimony, Antimony. Everybody laugh at me if I pronounce it wrong.
I think it's
Um,
antimony, but I'm not entirely
Antimony?
confident.
No, antimony rhymes with Antigone, so I like that better.
Same.
I once saw some milk glass on the stair.
The
okay.
most commonly used is bone ash. And
just as an aside, I really liked Tin Diesel in the opacifier.
oh, that's so good. That's so good. So here's some interesting things about milk glass. Let me tell you exactly what milk glass is. It's a real thing. Dates back to Venice in the 16th century. The term milk glass is relatively new, starting in the Victorian era. It is a cheaper alternative to porcelain, used for delicate pieces of decor and fine dining dishes. So what you could put is milk glass is a real thing that is a cheaper alternative to porcelain, I suppose. If you want to put that on the board.
Milk glass is a real substance used as a cheaper alternative to porcelain.
Yes.
Interesting.
Can I read you guys a short snippet from the Wikipedia article?
Oh,
please do.
So it says, the particles are produced via addition of opacifiers to the melt. Some opacifiers can be insoluble and only dispersed in the melt. Others are added as precursors and react in the melt or dissolve in the molten glass.
Give it to me one more time.
Okay. The particles are, and you don't have to write all of this down, but the particles are produced via addition. Actually, don't write any of this down because it's not a clue. Are produced via addition of opacifiers to the melt. Some opacifiers can be insoluble and only dispersed in the melt. Others are added as precursors and react in the melt or dissolve in the molten glass and then precipitate as crystals on cooling.
Holy shit, we cracked it wide open.
Yes, it's made with others.
That's it. We got it. This is not Zach. This is not a theory about A Song of Ice and Fire. You're suggesting that the others are actually involved in the creation of real world milk glass.
I don't know if that's how it works in the real world, but probably could be.
It's right there in the Wikipedia.
It's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there. It's out in the Wikipedia. You're
there
right.
It is.
George R. Martin was just spitting some truth. So there's some other interesting things I want to point out about milk glass, and they're very fun to Google.
Yeah.
So let me feed you two other things about milk glass.
Am I writing this shit down?
You are.
Let's go.
Milk glass has an optical effect on light. The light that shines through it will be two different colors.
The light that shines through it will be two different colors.
If you Google it,
this theory made in coordination and concert with the Corning Museum of Glass. Also, all effects on light are optical effects. Wait, no, I retract. I take it back. Fight me in the comments.
Wait, you refract?
So it is a neat effect where light will come out with two different colors. Okay. Kind of similar to like prism effect, but and here's a very interesting thing about milk glass that was made in the era when it was very popular. Sometimes milk glass was made with uranium, giving the glass the ability to glow.
Oh.
This, I think, was what I was thinking. I don't know about you, Meera, but I think this was what I was thinking about.
I was thinking about like extraterrestrial uranium, the moon cracking theory, that if the moon cracked and the dragons came down, then the others came at the same time. And that's the uranium is not from a nuclear power plant. It is in fact from a radioactive meteor. Is where I was going with that.
Zach, are there any dings in there?
That's like the idea of there being radioactive things in A Song of Ice and Fire is like spiritually in this theory, but I didn't have anything specifically written down. But if you want to put that down, like go for it.
I gotta get
the others are aliens.
I gotta get a Godzilla theory going here sometime. Huh. Okay, all right. We got some stuff to work with now for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are blades in Westeros made from the bones of dragons. Yes. And milk glass is made from bone ash. So you are suggesting that this is lampshading the fact that dawn is made with other bone.
That's definitely the most like clear thing you can glean from this, right? I kind of dig it. I kind of dig that there's other bone mixed in with potentially, like Meera said, a radioactive meteorite that combines to make dawn.
So
that would also explain why, like, being able to wield dawn, it means you're like, a great and powerful hero because you're able to withstand large amounts of radiation, and also explains why people, lose against people who are wielding dawn, because when you think about it, you're swinging the elephant foot from Chernobyl at somebody.
Also, if dawn actually does glow in the dark, then that might explain why it's called the Sword of the why the person who wields it is called the Sword of the Morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you suggesting to us that dawn is literally radioactive?
We've not seen. I don't think we've seen dawn be swung around in the dark of night yet.
Is that why it glows and it has heat?
Or yeah, well,
is that what Lightbringer is?
That's another thing. I think NDSketcher and I kind of speculated is like, glowing and having heat. Lightbringer could be like radioactive. I mean, like technically, if it radiates, it is to some extent like radioactive.
Yeah. So brief tangent, and it is related. In the 9th season of Archer, Danger Island, they're hunting for the treasure, and they get to it, and they find that it is secret uranium, and they're like, "How are we?" They thought it was like gold or gems or whatever. I don't know where I was going with that, but discovering that something is radioactive when you thought it was a prized possession.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's entirely like conceivable too. That like. When they're looking for weapons to fight the others with, that they find something that has powers they can't quite understand, but to us as the reader look quite radioactive. Magic to them, science to us.
So we didn't get a ding earlier for obsidian and dragon glass.
We're running like low on dings here. There's one other quote about dragon glass, and there is one fact about the world of Ice and Fire about Planetos that will get dings. And that's all that me and NDSketcher came up with that we were confident to put down. And then you can kind of just sort of follow the ideas wherever they take you, because I don't think either NDSketcher or I explicitly said dawn is made with the bones of others, but like it kind of tracks with all this that we got here.
Milk glass is most commonly made with bone ash. The other bones are described as being milk glass-like, and dawn is described as being milk glass-like. I don't think that tracks. I think that is so sensible that it can't be a coincidence.
The only other things described as milk glass are the ghost grass and literal milk glass.
Yeah.
Did
which is I can give you that one line if you want, but
did you guys? I had to step away for a quick second earlier. Did you guys do the Arya quote about the moon, the Temple of the Moon Singers?
no, that's not on here.
Do
you want to give me the quote?
Yeah, this is from A Feast for Crows. It was one of those that Arya had spied from the lagoon, a mighty mass of snow-white marble, topped by a huge silver dome whose milk glass windows showed all the phases of the moon. A pair of marble maidens flanked its gates, tall as the Sea Lords, supporting a crescent-shaped lintel.
Interesting. I didn't actually have that quote in here, and I don't know if any sketches said to me either.
Yes. So milk glass windows on the Temple of the Moon Singers, which brings me back to the moon cracking.
Yeah, that makes me think that too. Yeah, I would put down the Moon Singers have milk glass windows. That's curious, but that's another mention of it. And the only other one I know of being mentioned is that Pycelle has many milk glass bottles, which uses to store medicine.
You know who else has glasses of milk with poison?
Oh no!
Is Sweet Robin.
Oh no!
He's drinking poison.
He's drinking melted others.
He's drinking poison glasses of milk.
That's true.
Just a drop of sweet sleep in his sweet milk.
For Sweet Robin. Oh.
Okay. I feel like we're really close to something extremely significant here. Here's something that keeps bothering me is this. Beneath the bones like milk glass, beneath were bones like milk glass, pale and shiny, and they were melting too. How can this be used in forgery? Because the implication is not that it is melting like molten iron, right? It's not becoming a puddle on the ground. It's dissolving.
Yeah, it's like evaporating.
Yeah, like the ice dragons. By the end, there's nothing left.
Well, because the obsidian is a volcanic rock. The dragon glass is a fire element, and so it sort of Obi-Wan Kenobi's them, and they evaporate. So presumably, if you were to...
This is turning to liquid. It could be like a liquid metal like mercury is, and I'm pretty sure you can use mercury in like forging things too.
And poison. I'll get off of the poison.
No, I mean, if you want to drive down the Sweet Robin is slamming shots of other blood, I'll go down this path.
Frozen mercury is used for precision casting of complex and intricate parts. Interesting.
Well, I was just thinking of all the, we've got arsenic. I wonder what's in this sweet sleep.
All right, this here seems,
they call it quicksilver, and they used to mix it with metal. Interesting.
This here seems to imply to me that whatever Sam did to the other made all of its components go away. So whatever House Dane did 8,000 years ago was something else. What if the other that they used in the crafting of Dawn wasn't dead?
Ooh, that's possible.
And so that's what the others want is their sword smelted comrade back.
Oh my god, in the same way that they want Craster's baby.
Precisely.
Wait a minute. I kind of love it. Wait a minute. Hang on.
No, I do love this. They're like, just give us the bones of our comrade and we'll be on our way.
They just want to bury Dawn. They're just gonna rock on it. They're gonna slaughter 90% of Westeros. Get down to House Dane. Get to Starfall. Pick up that thing and be like, "Thank you. We just wanted Terry back."
or they mean to destroy it, and literally they the long night is the destruction of dawn.
Oh my god, the ancestral sword of House Dane is made of smelted other bone.
Can we call him Terry? I really like that
name. Yes.
Well, that's curious, right? It's like if the long night is a night that never ends, then dawn would be destroyed metaphorically, and maybe it's from dawn being destroyed literally, right?
Yeah.
Which, of course, just turns the long night into a massive game of capture the flag.
Holy shit! Wait a minute. Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone there, bud. This implies Dragonsteel can kill others. This implies that Dawn is not an other-killing sword, but a dragon-killing sword.
Ooh.
That is certainly possible.
If Dawn is made of other bone, if, as we're implying, Valyrian steel is made of dragon bone, and that is one of the reasons that it is strong against the others, the Dawn being made of other bone would make it the embodiment of cold magic.
Yes. Actually, this kind of makes sense.
Of decay, which tracks with its radioactivity.
Well, what if Dawn hold on, another possibility. What if Dawn wasn't made by humans of others, but it was made the others, if we believe the show canon, were created by the children of the forest. Maybe they have the ability to make others out of the same materials that the children used, and maybe they used some of those same materials to make a sword, and that sword was the one that was wielded by their leader during the first long night. And the reason it's in Dorne is because after they defeated him, they said, this sword's super powerful, get it the fuck away from anywhere where there's still remaining others. And they went to Dorne because there aren't any others there.
What if the Night's King was a Dane?
Ooh.
Because I can't subscribe to the theory that the children of the forest made the others, but I do love the idea of the Danes taking the sword and being like, we gotta run this far away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The first person who ended the first long night was a Dane and said, I'm taking the sword back as far. And you could also say the shattering of the arm that happened. Dorne, used to be an isthmus, is now a peninsula. Was okay, there's another path the others could take. We're going to blow it up. We're going to make it so there's one pathway they can get to the sword, and there's a giant wall in the way, thank you, Bran, to stop them from getting it. And we have basically made them getting to this sword close to impossible for them. That kind of tracks.
Holy shit. It's, if we are suggesting that the War for the Dawn is a big-ass game of capture the flag, and there is this mystery surrounding why the others are waking up right now. Are the others waking up because Ned Stark's dumb ass brought Dawn back to the north and the others fucking smelled it?
Oh yeah, he had Dawn at one point. Well, you guys are gonna hate me. He gave it back to the Danes at some point,
but not for years.
He gave no. It was on his way back up because he stopped at Starfall with Baby Jon and dropped off the sword, and that was when Ashara Dane supposedly leapt into the sea. But here's the next thought. Here's the next part of that, and you guys are gonna hate this. But assuming that B plus A equals J.
Oh no.
Then it wasn't the sword Ned brought north. It was the next sword of the morning. It was Jon.
I mean, it does track.
Well, also, it depends on what Ashara did, right? If Ashara faked her death and went north, the others might have sensed a Dane, right? There's a lot of ways
Yeah.
this could
That
have
a Dane,
no.
if Tormund Giantsbane is secretly Arthur Dane.
Oh my god,
You know.
Tormund Giantsbane. Oh no, Zach, we've inadvertently given the B plus A equals J crazy people the more ammo.
Oh no.
So I don't subscribe to that theory. I am in the R plus L equals J camp. I just want to make that clear. But if I wasn't,
I do kind of love it though.
I love the idea that if the sword itself is radioactive, like Ned and that baby were exposed to high levels of radiation. Like I said, they're basically carrying around Chernobyl elephant foot with them. And John going to the wall and Ned being up there as well, and socializing, like Benjen comes back sometimes. Maybe the others are like, hey, I've got an idea of where they put the sword, right? Because if you think it's not destroyed, like, that's totally worth trying to get it back if that's the thing you need to rule the world, right? Like, if that's their, like, one ring of power sort of deal is Dawn.
Dude, this is insane.
We've gone very, very tinfoily with this, but there's a lot of...
This is one of the most tinfoily theories we've ever made.
But it's very, like... It seems rational based on the evidence we have.
It seems more rational than some things I've heard, really, though.
It does. Not only does it seem rational, at least the first few steps that we've gotten seem correct.
Thematically, it tracks for sure.
And, like...
Well, and textually, yeah, with the bones.
I mean, I don't know. We're starting to, we're starting to get a little bit of crazy speculation with what might happen in the future. But like, Dawn is made of other bone. If we are speculating, as I think is reasonable, that standard Valyrian steel is made of dragon bone, like, hang on, this quote. Hey, stop that. This quote. And this thing that exists, like, kind of, it's tough to argue against, actually. Like, the bones are described as milk glass, and Dawn is described as milk glass, and bones are used in the production of milk glass.
Yeah. That feels like a real layup of a argument, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to make a leap or a stretch. It's all there. The bones look like milk glass. The sword looks like milk glass. Bones are used in making swords in A Song of Ice and Fire. Bones are used in making milk glass commonly in real life.
Yeah.
Like, those things on its own are just like, you don't need to then make a leap. The leap has already been made.
It's steps.
It's the same logic we used for the dragon bone and the Valyrian steel setup. It's almost, Yeah. I just love that parallel.
And I think people largely believe that one because there's really no reason not to. We know dragon bones are used in weapons, and we know that, like, Valyrian steel was made in Valyria where they had no shortage of dragons. It's not that much of a leap to say part of making Valyrian steel is using, like, dragon bones, and that's partially why we probably don't have as many Valyrian steel swords, or as dragon fire or something of that sort. But
why we can't make more. Like, we can reshape the Valyrian steel we have. But yeah.
It also adds a story legitimacy to there being piles of dragon bones under the Red Keep. As much as I like the idea of them all coming back as zombies, I think that them being ground down and used in the production of weaponry in the preparation for the Long Night, I think that seems fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than trying to mine for obsidian and dragonstone and being sort of held prisoner by Daenerys. I really wish I hadn't watched that show.
Oh, I'm working my way through it again. Man.
Don't do that.
I know.
You don't do that to yourself. Don't relive the glory years and then the hell again when you can just do not.
I thought it was a good idea about a year ago, and I got up through season 4, and I was like, I'll try 5 and 6. And it wasn't even that it was painful. I just stopped caring. I would just leave. I would leave the room. I'd do my nails.
I'm just doing homework. I'm just doing research, you know. We're looking for more pieces for more theories, just like the Bad Dragon game. I kind of love this, honestly. So the main thesis of the theory is that Dawn is made of other bone. There are a lot of world-altering implications that come from that. Not least of which being that it appears that other bone does not last long after other death. Not least of which being that Dawn appears to be radioactive and that appears to be related. Not least of which being that Ned Stark was in possession of an other bone sword and fucking gave it back.
So wait, a point of clarification. I think the other melted because it was killed with the obsidian.
Yes.
If somehow you were able to capture an other and kill it in some other way, the bone might not melt in the same way.
That would be interesting to think about. Oh,
I really
wait a minute. Oh,
dismembering it while it's still alive.
I got it. Hang on. I got something good for you here. Boom,
yeah.
Boom, boom. We do not see this ghost grass. What if the ghost grass is all like an ancient battlefield of other skeletons?
Ding!
Oh.
No way!
Final hint.
Yay!
You got the final piece of evidence I've been sitting on this whole time, which is, hold on, it's the document decided it wasn't going to be visible for me for whatever reason. Actually, I think I have remembered exactly. Ashai and Stigai.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't have it in front of me. My mind's making things up, adding letters that aren't there. But Stigai are said to have the soil strewn with salt rather, and that's why things don't grow there. Strewn with salt, or you could say leading to a lack of plant life there, something like that. If you want to make it look more official.
Word amidst salt and smoke.
Oh no.
But like,
yeah. Sorry.
What if it's not? What if it's not precisely strewn with salt? We'll say, but it's like, the area where the last massive grave after a battle with the others took place, right?
Oh,
that's horrifying.
Oh my god! I just had an image of a dragon having its wings shot out over these fields of ghost grass and getting impaled on thousands of other bones sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, something like exactly.
Is that the fan art you're requesting?
Yes, please.
There are like areas on the world of Planetos that have scars from the last long night where battles between dragons and others took place.
Whoa, dude, this kind of rocks.
It does kind of rock. I'm glad NDSketcher put this together.
NDSketcher, this is excellent.
Yes.
Did NDSketcher give us anything to shout out?
Let me pull up. Hold on, the chat here. NDSketcher.
Shoot, this is.
Can we call it the Milkbone Theory?
NDSketcher says Ashai does feel radioactive, which I kind of agree with.
That's one of yeah, because the river is it the river Stigai? Is that the name of the
river? The River Ash.
That one.
Blood Raven's river with the blind fish.
Does that river glow?
Oh, let's find out.
But because I know that the River Ash glows.
Mm-hmm.
NDSketcher didn't say anything to shout out that I can see. He actually sent me this theory 2 months ago to the day, so sorry it took so long. But we got it. We've been doing all sorts of other things, obviously, and yeah, that is. I think that's all NDSketcher sent me. So
okay. This was extraordinary. This is a really good take, and I am kind of convinced, actually.
yeah,
Dawn is made of other bone. It's too good. It's too good to pass up.
It's too good. It's too good for Dawn. You know, the like interesting, not made of Valyrian steel. We don't know exactly its origins. It's like said to be a meteorite sort of thing, being like the anti-Valyrian steel.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's our show. Man, that's so good. Zach, do you have anything to add? Meera?
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm just really glad that of all the theories I popped in for, that it was this one, because this was fantastic.
This is pretty good. NDSketcher, thank you very much. Meera, people can find you on the internet. Where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube at Meera Reads, Meerareads. I'm doing a series about Oberyn.
And I'm very excited to see more. The videos so far have been fantastic, and we love more Oberyn content.
Well, thank you. And
more nerds on the internet.
Yes.
We love nerds on the internet. This is a really great club that you've assembled here, Tom and Zach.
What are we, some kind of nerd club?
That is interesting.
Some sort of interesting nerd club.
Zach, can we please make a new intro for the channel where it's the song that you composed against Will Smith saying that? Can we deep fake Will Smith saying that?
We can almost certainly deep fake Will Smith saying that. So that's it, huh? With some sort of interesting nerd club.
Yeah. If for some terrible reason you at home want to submit theories like this, you can do so. There's an email in the description. Send them on in. We love them. Thank you, Meera, for being on here. Everybody say goodbye.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.